Hi, it's Megan Chapman, and this is the Tuesday Studio Video Visit. I hope you all are well. Thanks for joining me this week. I am back to work. I worked quite a bit last week painting, but then I also realized it was important for me to take a little bit of time off to do some sort of art life admin work, So let's see what we've got for you. So I think if you've read my blog and everything, you know that there were those two pieces that were completed. And I think this one was the final piece that I did along, with this one. So those four pieces that I started the grounds, if you remember a few weeks ago, they are now completed. So that was a great thrill and it felt very good. Then we've got this piece right here. Let's try and move it out of the light. So you can see I'm kind of running out of studio space right this moment. I just need to reorganize some things. This was another painting that let me move my lavender, that I had finished at one point in time, or thought I had, and then I left it behind. And because of the textures and everything on it, I thought it would be a nice surface to work on. So I'll post a better snapshot of it later. Again, the same palette, that same sort of ethereal atmosphere. If you can remember the video from Arkansas, right before I left Arkansas, and I'm on the mountain and I'm talking about the atmosphere and the, because it was winter. And I definitely think the majority of these paintings are influenced by that atmosphere. So I feel good about completing that. That's slightly smaller than what I've been working on in this series, but it's still a good, it's still a good size. It still, fits. So yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I started working on this larger one. This is 100 by 120. So I'm just laying the ground here again. And this one here, another 100 by 120, just laying the ground. This one's actually already sort of shaping up into something I can see in my mind, and I'm happy about that. This one has just a lot going on. Of course, the light has a lot going on. I like it actually at this stage, but there'll be some things happening here and being, I think you might can tell that I like to put a lot of information on the canvas and create all sorts of problems for myself, and then later come back to the painting and then clean up and rectify the problems. Sometimes I tighten it up, sometimes I make it more loose, and that's where the editing process comes in for me. Like I think almost all painters or artists, making those first few marks is always the hardest, the most intimidating. If you're an abstract action painter, so you're not looking at a still life, you're not looking at anything in particular. It can be really intimidating. So I have to always give myself permission to make these marks and messes and cover it all up with all sorts of stuff. I mean, basically, I have to give myself permission and force myself to sort of paint a bad painting to begin with, just to get the elements down there. It's not so much that I'm afraid of the white canvas. It's just, I'm actually afraid of painting what I would consider a bad painting. And so if I intentionally almost paint a bad painting in the beginning, then the only way to go is up. And so all I need to do then is, rectify the situation. I mean, there's a lot of information on this canvas back here, and a lot of strange, willy-nilly, there's no real composition there. Now, I like the energy of it, I like the palette of it, but it also doesn't fit really within my series. you know, and that's something that helps me as an artist, is to work within series, because then I kind of create these rules, and there are these different rules for each series. So this palette is very locked in. So I know what colors I'm going to be using. There's no, oh, suddenly I think I'll add a splash of red or a dash of pink. There's none of that. That decision has been made from the start for me. And then that enables me to relax and fall in and kind of listen to the painting itself, and then it sort of directs me. I know to some people that sounds very hokey or mystical, but if you do this long enough, and I mean everyone's different of course, but I've always found that I have to give the painting information. I have to give, so the first process is an addition process where I'm giving the painting information, giving it a mess, giving it a challenge, giving it a problem, giving myself all of those elements as well, and letting it sit and letting those things kind of work together. And then when I come back to the painting, and nothing drives me more mad than leaving a bad painting in my studio. Like, I've already been around a few times with both of these big canvases. But I have to allow myself to leave a bad painting. I have to allow myself to leave this mess, to leave this ocean of, you know, just madness, so that when I come back, I will see things then. The next time I come back into the studio, I will say, oh, that's really not quite as messy. Or this section, oh, horrible, can't do anything with it. This section is actually leading somewhere. So like with this piece over here, that actually looks like absolutely nothing's going on. And of course, you can't really tell in this. There's already a composition there that I am digging. There's already some textures in there that I'm digging, and it's kind of already telling me, hey, if you listen, if you play your cards right, and if you follow, you know, you might get a good painting out of that. So that's where I'm at. So I hope you read the blog last Friday. I'm offering some new or a newish service. I'm kind of reintegrating helping other artists into my practice. It's also a way for me to support my practice. I mean, many of us artists have to do other things to help pay the bills. So I'm offering in person here at my studio for those that are close to Edinburgh, Leith. They can come and work with me for, you know, an hour at a time or a few hours, kind of jumpstart their art. So if there are artists out there that are in a bind, or they have been away from their work and now they're returning back to their work and they're just not very inspired, or they're just not very motivated, or they just need someone to tell them, hey, you've got to show up and get to work, and how about try this, you know? Sometimes we get so stuck in our own minds and our own little ruts, and especially our own insecurities. It happens to me. And you know, and you just need guidance. You just need a little push. So that's something I am going to be doing. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm very excited about it. I'm a little, you know, I put that out there, and you know, that's always exciting. I'm going to call it exciting rather than anxiety producing, because really it feels about the same. So anyway, so that's what's going on with me. This is a longer video than usual. I wasn't sure if I even had that much to talk to you all about. Again, I'll post a picture of this piece that I think is finished, and then you know, probably by the Friday blog, maybe one of those might be rectified, maybe not. And then we will just catch back up on Tuesday. I hope you all are well, happy, inspired, safe, and warm. I hope if the sun is out, I hope you get to go out and enjoy it. And that's it. Thanks so much for joining me. And don't forget, the world needs you and your art. Okay, bye.